Coming up on CTV News, how one nonprofit company is helping the homeless population in Fort Collins. And Poudre Fire Authority is starting fires. See how the trainees are getting real-life experience. Plus, more margaritas are coming to a favorite Fort restaurant. All this coming up on CTV News.
Hello and welcome to CTV News. I'm Lena Howland.
And I'm Mackenzie O'Keefe. Thanks for joining us tonight. 1 in every 300 people in Fort Collins is homeless. This has been a problem that has been rising for years. One local nonprofit in Fort Collins puts their effort into helping those people. They recently expanded into a warehouse and have created more ways to help homeless people around town. Homeless Gear, a nonprofit in Fort Collins dedicated to providing supplies, support, and companionship to the homeless, now have a warehouse to process donations.
This warehouse is our main offices. It's where we receive donations. It's where we send donations out to other organizations throughout the state. It's where we sort and process donations, and it's also where we have volunteers come in to help us process donations.
According to a city census, Fort Collins alone had 518 homeless men, women, and children in 2012. Homeless Gear hopes the donation center will help them distribute and collect items faster so they can get them out to the people who need them.
We are looking for a range of supplies, outdoor gear, outerwear, non-perishable food and drink items, hygiene supplies.
Homeless Gear collects the donations, then go out multiple nights a week to directly distribute the items to the homeless.
Operates a family of programs that are designed to provide services and support to the homeless population, both in the short term, we collect and distribute supplies, and in the long term, we help people connect to employment opportunities, to resources, and actually get off the streets.
Since the nonprofit opened in May of 2008, they have donated more than $3.5 million worth of supplies. They are always looking for donations and volunteers to help pack and distribute items.
In 2012, I believe we had a little over 1,100 people who volunteered at some point during the year. Some of those people volunteer for us on a regular basis. Some come one time or just a couple of times. We really have opportunities for people who want to serve short-term and long-term.
Homeless Gear is always welcoming volunteers. If you are interested in helping out or volunteering, visit their warehouse or their website at www.homelessgear.org.
Another cyclist was hit by a car this morning. It happened at Timberline and Drake Roads. The 36-year-old cyclist ignored a red light and was crossing the intersection when he was hit. He was not wearing a helmet and he was taken to the hospital for his injuries. This is the 5th time a cyclist has been hit by a car in the last month in Fort Collins. Authorities say that between September and October, 4 of those crashes were fatal. Now, these bike versus car accidents have been rising over the past 4 years. They are now 40% more common than they were in 2009. Police say that both motorists and cyclists are at fault, and both parties need to be more careful and aware.
The Horticultural Department is facing major changes if the on-campus stadium is approved. The greenhouses behind the Behavioral Science Building and on Lake Street would have to be moved. Plus, the open area on Lake Street would be completely relocated. The amount of ground that the horticulture currently has would be significantly smaller, but the greenhouses could get an upgrade if this move happens. The department says that no current research projects should be harmed.
Campus is expanding and the Student Center isn't the only building on campus getting an upgrade. The new engineering building opened just last month. Cindy Shawls from Ecolab got an inside look.
Wouldn't it be awesome if we could peek into the future and see what the Laurie Student Center is going to look like? In a way, we can. Colorado State University has been working to beautify campus by creating unified buildings. So in a way, the new engineering building is a makeshift time machine. In a push to launch CSU into the future, all buildings will have upgraded technology, like televisions and monitors displaying campus information. In addition, all new buildings will have red brick to unify campus's physical and natural beauty. So if you just can't handle the anticipation, stop by Engineering or New Rockwell Hall to satisfy your curiosity.
The engineering building is open, so feel free to check it out. Next week, Cindy will show us the future of the LSC. Stay tuned to see what will change and how it could look. And now we have Ashley Wallinger here. Ashley, it's been pretty chilly out there. It seems like fall was here for a few weeks, and now we're finally getting into winter.
Yeah, Lena, it's definitely been getting chilly out there. Today's highs were only around the 40-degree mark, so Halloween might be a little bit chilly than normal. We'll take a look at the 7-day forecast coming up after the break.
Well, thanks, Ashley. It looks like Halloween might be a bit interesting if it's this chilly. But up next, the local Fort Collins bar, known for its margaritas, is expanding.
And Poudre Fire Authorities starts a fire. See how firefighters in training are getting real-life experience. We'll be right back after the break.
We are rolling.
All right, Mama's gonna bring her home. Mama's gonna bring
No.
Challenge your kids to be active and eat healthy.
Let's see what you can do. Let's go.
Search We Can for ideas on how to get healthy together.
This time of the semester can often create stress on many students. If you or your friends are struggling at any point of the year, there are many resources you can go to. The CSU Health Network provides people to talk to about any questions or concerns you may have. Now, President Tony Frank gave us a statement about how to cope with stress and how to be there for each other on campus. You can find his full interview online at collegian.com.
And we have an update from a story about an apartment complex that exploded. Last Monday night, there was an explosion at Brookview Apartments off Prospect Road and Welch Street. Police speculate that the explosion was due to refining hashish. Police are still investigating the situation.
It's the 9th week of training for Poudre Fire Authority recruits, and this week they are finally getting hands-on experience with live fire. Instructors start the burn inside of their concrete training building, and it's up to the recruits to put it out. After spending weeks in the classroom learning about fire, recruits like Steve Fillion are putting that knowledge to the test.
Different crews performing different fireground tasks. Fire attack, they'll put the fire out. Vertical ventilation, will be with chainsaws on the roof cutting holes to ventilate the fire.
While this is just a practice test, practice makes perfect. And in this profession, proficiency is everything.
And it's something that they've been working towards, building towards. They all took the job as firefighters so they could fight fires, but most of them have never been in a fire in their life.
The first day of training can be a challenge.
If they were perfect, we wouldn't even need to be out here right now.
Russell works with recruits, helping them overcome obstacles now so they'll know how to overcome them in the future.
We're able to evaluate them on their skills up to this point, as well as being faced with the added stress of live fire.
Recruits are graded on performance, a component which down the road could be the difference between life and death. It's why recruits like Fillion take these trainings seriously.
We go full speed, and we're trying to simulate that real life scenario as much as possible. So when that time does come, we'll be ready to go.
And this batch of recruits will officially complete firefighter training in less than 9 weeks. And weather anchor Ashley Wallinger is here to give us a look at the forecast for this week. Ashley?
Thanks, Lena. Well, we have been seeing temperatures all over the place lately. It was a little bit warmer over the weekend, warmer than average, and the past few days we've been seeing it a lot cooler than average. Taking a look at tonight's temperatures, we will be around the freezing mark at 38 degrees, but it will be getting a little bit cooler as we move into the rest of the night. And there is a chance for some snow and possibly rain overnight tonight. Taking a look across the state, we do see that it'll be 32 degrees in Fort Collins. It'll be around the same in Denver. Vail is the cool spot at 24 degrees. And the western slope is where we'll be seeing the winter storm warning that they still have in effect until tomorrow morning. That means that they will be seeing the snow first before we get the cold front moving in tomorrow. We will start to see some rain and possibly snow overnight tonight. That shouldn't be a big deal. It should be about ½ an inch to an inch overnight, but that could make the roads pretty slick for tomorrow morning. So make sure you're aware of that. If you have early morning classes, just be aware that the roads could be a little bit icy in spots. But as we move into the next 7 days, we do start to see a warm up in store. We will be seeing 52 degrees tomorrow. We do see that 20% chance of rain and snow. The snow will be before noon. Thursday for Halloween, it'll be nice, 55 degrees and sunny. The same for Friday. Saturday and Sunday are a bit warmer. Sunday will be almost at 60 degrees. Monday is our next chance to see some rain. We see about a 10% chance of rain both Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday it'll be back to the much cooler temperatures, only in the upper 30s. But overall, after tomorrow, it should be pretty sunny, dry, and warm over the next 7 days. Make sure you stay bundled up over the next few nights because it will be chilly, especially on Halloween. Back to you, Lena.
Thanks, Ashley. Halloween is just 2 days away, and CTV has something fun planned on campus. Stay tuned to see what it is.
And it's margarita madness at one downtown restaurant. They're expanding their bar and adding new types of drinks. See which restaurant it is after the break.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
The home of Colorado State University is the most well-known fact about Fort Collins. However, with the growing amount of competitive dining options, the home of Colorado State could turn into the home of endless restaurants. Christian Zamora has more on the story.
Fort Collins, Colorado. What once used to be a quiet farm town is now the epicenter of a fast-growing northern Colorado community. But in a new trend, something seems to be growing faster than the population.
Over the past 10 years, restaurants here in Fort Collins have increased by nearly 30%, 10% faster than the actual city growth. It should go without saying competition amongst restaurants is heating up, even including established restaurants native to Fort Collins like the Rio.
The Rio Grande Mexican restaurant opened its doors 27 years ago here in Fort Collins. Despite its long legacy in the city, it has felt the stiff competition. John Alexander, a current manager at the College and Mountain location, explains how they're expanding their bar to keep spicing things up.
We're going to be expanding to 6 signature drinks that are going to be our Rio cocktails. They're going to be in a range from a mojito to a skinny margarita. We also have some up-and-coming secrets that you'll have to come check out.
An expansion of the Rio's bar is just another step to help the restaurant grow with the times. Several years ago, the restaurant recommitted its kitchens to freshly prepared foods. The Rio also offers a college night on Thursdays, appealing to the CSU students.
$4 margaritas is our special. We also have a $4 quesadilla and $2 Cuervo shots. So that's kind of a really fun night. We stay open until midnight.
Beth Schlur, a waitress at the neighboring diner Ingredient, thinks there are enough distinct restaurants to keep everything balanced.
There's a lot of really, really awesome restaurants down here, and I think each restaurant caters to a different style.
Unfortunately, some Fort Collins restaurants can't keep the open sign lit long enough due to all the competition. Falbo's Pizzeria on College Avenue closed in August after almost 3 years of business, already turned into a new restaurant offering pizza. Most recently, Wild Wings and Things on West Elizabeth Street couldn't bring enough revenue to keep their doors open after just celebrating their 1-year anniversary. Due to Fort Collins' top 10 ranking in Forbes' 2013 Cities for Businesses list, restaurant owners may want to prepare themselves for an even increasing amount of competition, something the Rio Grande Mexican restaurant is already doing.
We do try to evolve with the times. Cool, that's it. Times they are changing, they say.
For CTV News 11, I'm Christian Zamora, Fort Collins, Colorado.
Earlier this year, Fort Collins ranked number 1 in the nation in the number of fast casual chain restaurants per capita. The area also has twice the national average of quick service restaurants. And do you have a question you would like to ask President Tony Frank? Well, here's your chance. Wednesday, October 30th, President Frank will be holding an open Q&A session. This forum will be held in the Cherokee Park room of the Laurie Student Center. There will be 3 sessions. The first is the student session from noon to 1. Then from 1 to 2 will be the state classified staff session, and the last session will be from 4 to 5 for faculty and administrative professionals. All CSU students, faculty, and staff are welcome with no RSVP required. However, seats are on a first-come, first-served basis, so make sure to get there early. And unfortunately, that is all the time we have for you tonight.
Thanks for joining us tonight, and have a good week, Rams.